Hello, everybody. Hello. How are you?
Oh, you're sneaky. Hi. Hello. Hello.
Let's talk characters.
Let's
talk.
Give us an idea who you're playing and what your feelings are about that character.
Okay. Well,
I know it's general, but it's a new show.
okay. I play Amberly Alyssa Dill, and she's the Princess of Arbelon. And she basically discovers pretty early on that she has this overwhelming responsibility to try and save the Four Lands. And it's all about her discovering this and then coming to terms with this huge weight of responsibility that's just been dumped on her shoulders, and then the quest to try and save the Four Lands.
I play a guy named Will Almsford, who is a farm boy who has never been more than 5 miles outside of his little village. And in the beginning of the story, all he can think about is protecting his mom. She's very sick, and he just wants her to get better. And he thinks that his place in the world is going to be to go become a healer, and that's what will give him security. And while he's on the journey to go become a healer, he gets pulled off of that journey, and by Al-Anon, this druid, who says your relatives, your ancestors were kings and warriors, and Will doesn't feel that way. He feels just like a boy who's never seen outside of his own little village, and he says that your responsibility is to save the world, basically. And so he gets sent on this quest to save the world with the princess, and yeah, that's the story.
What part of your training was difficult?
Ooh. All of it. No, I'm joking. No. I don't know. The most difficult.
While it was difficult, I think it was extraordinarily fun, but working out with our trainer, his name was Josh Randall. I love that guy. And
He's a dude. He's an absolute dude.
He just annihilated us in the gym to the point where you're just shaky coming out and
you're
sick, throwing up or whatever. That was difficult, but it was the kind of thing where he's such a great guy that I wanted to be around him. I wanted to hang out in the gym all the time with him. So we got to have 3 weeks of prep where we were doing that, and horseback riding and sword fighting and stunt training and all that.
Does the scope of this show amaze you? I mean, I just saw the trailer before it came out. I can't believe what the show looks like.
I mean, that was the first time we saw it as well, and it's really lovely to be able to finally see something, because we've sort of been kept in this little bubble of not really being able to see much. So it's really exciting for us as well to see how it looks and just
the scope
how it's going to come out.
It gave me chills watching it.
I got goosebumps. Especially because it's so close to your heart as well. So you watch it with so
and our roles as actors, I mean, while we are seen on the screen, it really, we don't have power in the way of directing or editing or the CGI or anything, so you're just hoping that it's going to look good, and you can only do your best, and so we do our best on the day, but it's like painting a mural from 2 inches away. You can't tell what it's going to look like, and so you just kind of hope that it'll be what you're either seeing on the page or kind of imagining in your mind. So seeing that teaser made me happy.
On set, is the scope, do you get a sense of any of that scope, or is there a lot of CG? I mean,
it depends on the
shooting it is what I mean. Is do you get any sense that this is
absolutely?
I'd
never seen sets like it before.
The scale of it was huge. It was the largest thing scale-wise. I think they just had invested so much in it, and I mean, when we went to the studios and seeing the tree for the first time, it was just amazing, and seeing the palace and the rover camp and just the attention to detail that the whole art department and everyone who's in the part of the creative team it's just astounding, the work that they do. And I mean well, I read the books before before starting, and just tried to get as much knowledge and find out as much as I possibly could before we started. And also, what was really nice was that when Terry came over, he was so sympathetic to the fact that this is a completely different medium, and that the books are never going to go away, and they're always going to be there. But it's nice that something so much that he loves and so creative that he's created can feed something else that's a different medium for that creativity to be like outlet. So it's nice to have his full undivided support.
I hadn't read the books beforehand. When I first met with the guys, with Alan Miles and Jonathan, our director, I had a dentist appointment the next day, and I said, I just met with this thing for this book, Shannara, and he goes, I read those in 2nd grade, and he was so excited.
This is Jonathan.
No, this is my dentist.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm sitting in the chair with stuff in my mouth, and he's telling me all about the books and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was my first experience, and then so I got the books and I started reading the Yellowstones, that was my experience, and then just getting to meet Terry was so cool. During the panel earlier, it was incredible to hear how his books had touched people, and it made me think about why we do art, why people should do art, what the beauty behind how that guy talking about his rough childhood and how a book could get him through that. That's so amazing. How it's not just entertainment. And that's my only thing. Just it inspired me to want to create art. So that's cool.
Such a rich background for your characters. Usually you get a script and you have a little bit of information.
Yeah.
Books that you filled out. How does that change for your work as actors?
For an actor, it's a gift to have so much awesome writing to work off, and that's your starting point. Your starting point is awesome. So if that's your starting point, then you can only build on that, and hopefully it'll get better. But it's just a dream.
It helps
for
to
an
just
actor, really.
enrich the whole experience of preparation. To have something other than just the script. When and then getting to talk to him as well, and just kind of see when you created this character, where were you in your life, and all those little things. It's so cool to hear.
How was it to come on set with people like John Rhys-Davies and
Oh my gosh, so he's the man.
He really is the man.
any tips or words of wisdom that they imparted to you?
So many.
He said to a couple things. He said to always try to keep your props. He kept the props from Lord of the Rings, and he's very happy that he did it. He said make friends with the on-set photographer, because he's so happy that he did that on Lord of the Rings, so he got pictures with his axe and stuff. So those little things that you don't think about on the day because you're just so focused that you think, I don't have time for pictures or something. But that's a cool memory to get. He's full of those
little nuggets of wisdom. Like even on our first panel read, do you remember after? So we had our first little panel reading where we all sat around and MTV were on the speakerphone and listening to us from LA, and we all read through the script, and then afterwards I just remember me and you just stood there with notebooks, and John was just imparting all this wisdom, and I felt like I'd gone back to school, and we were just making notes, and it was wonderful. It was just I just wanted to absorb his brain, and
he'll just all of a sudden start quoting Shakespeare, and these soliloquies that just go on and on and on. And you're just thinking, wow, this guy's got all this in his brain. It's incredible.
It's amazing.
He's amazing. And just such kind eyes. Just it makes me so happy.
Twinkly eyes.
Twinkly eyes. Yeah.
Twinkly eyes.
Makes me so happy.
It's true.
That's really good.
How did you enjoy New Zealand?
You're from New Zealand? I don't catch much of an accent.
I don't have a hugely strong accent.
Oh, yeah, you do. There you go.
There we go.
Okay, I can hear you now. New Zealand is amazing.
I've fallen in love with it.
It's incredible.
You just have everything there. You just have absolutely everything you could possibly want within sort of a 5-mile radius, it seems. You go one way and there's black sand beaches, and then you go another way and there's the middle of the pine forest, and then you go another way and there's beautiful sea, and then they just have everything. It's
and
awesome.
the people are all so kind.
Yeah. Awesome
The food
people.
is amazing now.
Yeah.
It's great. I filmed there 8 years ago, and food wasn't quite what it is now there. It's amazing now. We would just have
the
great
food is really
food,
good
and
there.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool place.